time to start your engines and be part of the conversation. You can always ask the experts, Rafi Manassian and Dan Rosenberg, because it's now time for Clutch Radio. The show starts now.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dan.
Here we are. Oh my God. Everybody's been like, where are you? Haven't been around in a month. I'm like, well, we'll be back on Saturday.
We'll be back.
So here we are. However, I do want to say, if you post in the comments, we're not really here. I mean, we're here, but we pre-recorded this particular episode.
Yeah.
We could have faked it because we could have been like, oh, hey, Adam.
Right.
That would have been about right. And then, oh, hey, Jake. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, Jake's right about that. We can't pop any comments up on the screen because we don't know.
Right.
And Ray's got the car of the week.
Oh, that'll be nice.
5,500 out the door.
Out the door.
A lot's happening in the car world. And I just want to do a couple of quick updates to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
First off, what is up with gas?
Yeah.
Like out of the blue, like it was $3.99 at the Safeway.
Yes.
And now it's $4.60.
Yeah.
Like just like that in a week.
And down in California, where I am now, gas has jumped $1 a gallon since in the past week.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane. So gas is one of the things everybody's talking about. Car sales are changing quite a bit.
Yes.
I'm looking at the auctions. Some cars are not selling that used to sell.
Yeah.
Values are going down, yet dealers are still doing the same thing the oil company's doing, the price gouging a little bit.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, there's been some change in sort of the bigger picture economic activities. And so people are trying to adjust, sort of figure out where they need to be with all of the changes. And dealerships, they have inventory, which they bought at higher price. So they're going to have to sell at higher price, which means they're going to hold them longer, or they're going to have to start cutting them loose. And I haven't seen any sign of cutting stuff loose yet.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a car I've always wanted, the BMW i8.
Yes.
And I still have a little bit of time left on my lease on the Polestar. And by the way, update, the windshield's finally in. I'm getting it next Tuesday. But, after a year or so, I'm always like, I want something new. I want something new. So I just did a quick search, and there's a really nice i8 at BMW of Seattle. It's a little newer than I wanted, and it's the Roadster. So it's got the convertible top. And they've marked it down since it's been there 71 days. And they've already marked it down $10,000. So if I wait another 3 years, it'll almost be free.
Yeah.
if I go with that methodology.
Yes.
And then the problem I have with my lease is I can't trade out of my lease, even though I've got equity in it. The car is worth more than my payoff. I can't trade out of it because Volvo, which is Polestar, Volvo Financial doesn't allow third parties to buy out the lease. Now, from what I'm hearing, they're not even letting Volvo dealers buy out the lease, which makes no sense at all. Like, why would they not let their own dealers have the car?
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
But it may also be because they don't want to give the impression that people are returning those cars.
It could be that.
That was, General Motors had a fully electric car that they had in the late 90s.
EV1.
And they wouldn't let people buy them because they didn't want the cars to go out into the general sales venues, so to speak, because they didn't want people thinking, oh, that's a failure. So when people were done with them, they returned them to General Motors because they were all leased. And I think that was the end of them. I think they crushed them all.
Yeah, there's a few there's one at the Peter Sauter Museum, and apparently there's a few people that did not return theirs.
Oh,
There's been
really?
stories that there's a few hidden out there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Secret.
So I also
Oh,
just wanted everybody to know that this is pre-recorded. We are not ignoring you. I have
we
to
are not
say that
ignoring.
throughout the show
Yeah.
because I don't want people to be like, "I put a comment and you didn't respond to me."
Well, I did get over the past 2 weeks, because we've been gone for a bit. I get emails and text occasionally from folks that are asking a couple questions, car question. Really good question came from a friend of mine in Utah, and he said he's heading into the winter months there, and he wanted to know if he should buy tires now for his car or wait until after the winter season and then buy them. When would they be cheapest? Is what he wanted to know. And so the answer I gave him was kind of interesting. It had nothing to do with saving money, because you can basically have tire companies compete on pricing. I often tell people just get Costco pricing or Tire Rack tire pricing, and get that price that you want, and then take that price to your local tire place and tell them just meet or beat this price. Because there's a lot of flexibility on tire pricing. But his car had the tires had almost 30,000 miles on them. They were brand new, came with the car when he bought it. And he said they're just, they've got enough tread on them. I could probably get another 10,000 miles on them. But, the winters are pretty harsh here, and I'd like to have a good set of tires. So I told him, so go ahead, price the tires. And he went out and priced them, and he came back with $1,100 for the tires. And I said, yeah, you should be a little more aggressive on the pricing there. And he played around with the pricing, did some of the, and got all 4 tires mounted, balanced, etc., for $860.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I reminded him that if you're heading into winter and your tires are a little questionable, and you rely on your vehicle for not just daily transportation, but you have some rural roads that you have to go through and things like that, get those tires before winter, because you'll be happy and feel more confident driving on it. He has an all-wheel drive vehicle, but he puts all-weather tires on them. He doesn't put specific snow tires on. So
yeah. Now, the thing I do with tires is I order them on Amazon. I have them shipped to my local garage, and then I pay them to install them.
Yeah,
that works really well. I've done that with a lot of the Dodge Stealth, which will be up for sale soon. I did that with there's a couple other vehicles I've done that with. Now the pickup truck. Oh, I did it with the Pontiac Catalina, actually. The pickup truck, I found tires at the local the charity auction during the summer, the Rotary auction.
Yeah.
I got 4 tires for $20 a tire, and they're from the 2019. They're not that old, but they still had the little nibs on. Like they were brand new. Like somebody bought them and never used them, or they put winter tires on and forgot to put these back on when they trade their car in.
The other thing too is you can tire shops frequently have people come in and they buy different rims and tires from the tire store. So the rims and tires come in, and they're oftentimes the tires are in good shape. And many of these tire stores offer used tires. And if you find your tire size, it's a great way to go, because you can save 50%.
Easily.
I used to buy used tires for some of the cars that I bought that were standard size. And oftentimes you save not only 50% on the tire itself, but if the rims work for your car, you get new rims and tires as well at a pretty good price. So, yeah.
So the dealership that has the Polestar dealership here in the area also has the Lexus dealership.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a car I texted you. I wasn't that familiar with this car, I'll be honest with you. And I said, what do you think of this car? And you were like, oh my God.
Oh.
So it's the LC 500H. It's the hybrid version of the LC 500. They have a silver one.
Yes.
I was trying to bring a picture of it up when everything went to heck with my computer here for a second.
Yes.
holy moly,
Yes.
what a car.
Oh,
Now, I mentioned this to my wife, and she's like, "Well, do you really need to get another?" I said, "No, I never need another car.
that's right.
But if they'll get me out of my lease, give me the equity that I have in it,
Yeah.
because the Polestars are popular right now,
Yes.
and they're a very long wait if you want to order one.
Yeah.
I mean, it took 6 months for me just to get a windshield. Imagine what it takes to get the whole car.
You get the whole car.
So what I said was, this car is just got there. So if they still have it
Yeah.
on Tuesday when I have to go there to get my windshield recalibrated, I might look into swapping out for that car.
Well, I'm telling you, that is, in my opinion, that and the BMW i8 are two of the most amazing new cars that are out there now. And if I was going to buy a brand new car today for regular use, it would be that Lexus. It's just stunning. The design, the interior, the performance. There are cars that are going to be faster. Your Polestar is probably faster, but
Only by 0.4 seconds, 0 to 60.
there you go.
This one's only 364 horsepower for the hybrid, because the hybrid's got the V6 engine
Yes.
with the hybrid, the 3.5 with the hybrid attached to it.
Yeah.
The non-hybrid version is a 5-liter V8, but it gets horrible gas mileage.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets like 18, and this
Yeah.
one gets like 35.
Yeah.
And I won't have to plug in anymore, which I like having an electric car. This car is amazing.
Yes, it is. I would love for you to get this car so that I could live vicariously through you.
And what I love about Lexus is their L certified program.
Mhm.
It's, I think, 4 years, unlimited miles,
Yes.
and all maintenance is included.
Yeah.
I mean, that alone's worth 15 grand probably to have all maintenance, because I think it includes all scheduled maintenance. So
Yep.
if you hit, belt changes or brakes or anything, they cover everything.
Yeah.
This is the creme de la creme, and there are very few of these out there. Like, I did a search on Car Gurus. I think there was one other one in the entire United States.
Yeah. The used ones with the V8s, there's a fair amount of them out there.
Yeah.
And they're great values too, because these cars, because they're luxury coupes, and that's not a high volume segment, they're going out there, they're getting sold, people are enjoying them, using them, and then within 50, 60,000 miles, they become used cars, and they're running at about 60 to 65% of new car price. And I think that over the course of the next few years, that'll be even less if you're buying the V8. The hybrid one, I don't think has been out for very long.
Well, right now I just did nationwide. Well, it's not letting me do nationwide now. Hold on. In California, there are 3, and they're all 18s.
Yeah.
This one's a 2020.
2020, yeah.
Or 2021 even. 9.8.
But
now if I look up here, let's check up here.
beautiful car. Oh, gorgeous car. And I recommend them. What a surprise.
Yeah, if it's Rafi recommended.
And tons of fun. Tons of fun. Oh my gosh. I drove a metallic red one when I was at Pebble Beach last year or the year before. Yeah, last year. And I just was hooked. Beautiful, beautiful leather interior, fantastic sound system, comfortable ride, but very much performance oriented vehicle.
There are only 4 on Car Gurus in the entire, because this particular car is not even on Car Gurus. There are only 4 in the entire country for sale.
Wow.
They're all 18s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this normally I ask you to talk me out of things.
Yeah. Not here. You'll be buying this.
Yeah. If let me see if I can pull up these pictures real quick. It's a ridiculous car. It really is.
Yeah.
It is absolutely ridiculous. There's no need for it. But I mean, look at this car.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just stunning.
I mean, it just looks comfortable. So that's the thing. The Polestar is not that comfortable of a car.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And you got to sit in this car because there's plenty of room in it.
I mean, look at the wheels, the engine.
Yeah, everything about this car is just fabulous.
It's practically a supercar.
Yeah, and you know, its next cousin is the Lexus LFA, which is like a $700,000 car.
Yeah, you're not going to find the LFA anywhere, I don't think.
No. But
is this basically the Celica? I mean the Supra? Or is it bigger?
It utilizes a similar platform, but you know, they're not even platformed in that same way that other cars, you know, older cars used to be. But that has all the performance traits and characteristics of their the Supra line. So yeah.
Yeah, and then the other car is this one.
The i8.
Yeah, this is the one of the few local i8s.
You know, my favorite color in the i8 is that light metallic blue.
Yeah, I agree with that. This one's a silver also, though.
Yeah. Nice color.
This one's a 19. And they're both around the same price.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's definitely some similarities in these two cars as far as
tons of eyeball with that i8. That's such a sophisticated design.
Yeah.
It's not dated. You know, you see that car on the road today and you think it's a brand new car.
Yeah. And this one's a 19, but they go back, I think 16s when they came out, or 15.
I think that's right.
And there's a little difference between the 15s and the newer ones.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Now it's moving.
Such a great looking car.
I mean,
and a super, super risky design.
Yeah.
They could have fallen on their face with this design, but they didn't. They really pulled it together.
I mean, to me, this looks like a modern DeLorean.
Yeah, I think
that's kind of, it's got the doors that pop up. This one is a convertible.
Mm-hmm. By the way, there is a kit you can get for scissor doors on your Lexus if you decide you're going to do that.
That's ridiculous.
And Aaron can convert the doors by changing out the hinges. It's about a $4,000 to $5,000.
Yeah, I don't need to go that crazy. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do that on the Polestar.
There you go. And you can get them that make them spin.
Yeah, I mean, my thought with the Polestar was maybe I'll get it wrapped and just get a different color. You know,
oh, that's not a bad idea.
Turn it red. And that's $2,000 to $3,000, and that'll be a lot cheaper than getting a brand new car.
I've seen Polestars out here in different colors. There's kind of a taupey colored, putty colored one.
Yeah, like black was the only free color. The opposite of Tesla. Tesla white was the free color. Then you have to pay extra for all the other colors. So that's the only reason I got black. I was going to go with silver. I'm like $1,200 just to change. No.
By the way, go ahead.
No, you go.
Here in Northern California, the Tesla has become the Silicon Valley Camry.
Yeah,
they're everywhere, everywhere. I was on the freeway the other day, and there were 9. I counted 9 after going through the toll plaza, which isn't even a toll plaza anymore. You can't even pay cash. You have to have the beeper to get through. I wonder what people do trying to get through there. They're just like sitting in there going, "Whoa, we can't pick it." The toll booths are there, but there are no people in them.
And there's no members just throw a dime or throw a quarter into the bucket.
Yes.
The Pennsylvania Turnpike, you get the ticket and then they stamp it, and then you'd lose it at a rest stop. Oh my God, I lost my ticket. Sitting on the bathroom floor somewhere.
But I counted 9 of them, and all but 1 were white. Just crazy. The Teslas are everywhere here, and you know they're good cars. There's no doubt about that. But I see also I see people driving around. I finally have started seeing some dinged up and obviously used Model S's that were bought used, and you know their bumpers have some dings on them. I saw one that had a pretty hefty scratch down the side of the rear fender. Parked in a parking lot, and the tires were worn down, and You know, I thought, oh, there's a used Tesla, which is kind of weird to see,
Yeah.
but it probably had over 100,000 miles on it.
I've seen one at the auction with 245,000 miles on it. It
Wow.
was used in Portland as a there was a service that was Uber was already happening, but this company decided to have, I think they had 10 Model
Mm.
S's in their fleet, and they were like
Yeah.
a cab company, and it ran perfectly fine. There
Yeah.
was nothing wrong with it. You could not tell. The dealer that it was that did an inspection on it said that the brakes were still at like 60%, and they were the original brakes because you don't use the brakes.
That's right.
Like mine were at 90% or something, and I had 25,000 miles. So
Yeah.
go figure.
Yeah. The guy that picked me up at the airport a couple weeks ago picked me up in a Tesla, and it was a used one that he'd bought. And he said he paid $42,000 for it. And I thought, wow, not bad.
Yeah. So I know everybody's like, hey, you guys haven't been on the air in a while, and we haven't been because we had the sitcom happening, and you've had some traveling, and I actually did a whole pre-recorded show last week that was just me talking about some old clips, and none of the audio came out. So hopefully next week we'll be live.
Yeah.
We had to do a shortened show today because it's actually Thursday, and I've got a bunch of calls, and Rafi's got to get back to work. So this is it's just a little show, a little 20 minutes or so, just to say hello.
Yeah.
Keep you guys informed. We will be back next week, I think. Or are you traveling?
I'll check my schedule, but I think I'm okay.
If not, we'll pre-record a longer show, and maybe we'll have some guests even. Maybe we'll do a new thing where we actually bring people on and talk about stuff for the pre-recorded show. But if you do have any questions during the week, feel free to throw it in the on the Facebook page. Again, we were not ignoring you. Hi, Janice. Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Jake.
Jake.
Adam,
of course.
Again.
Good to see everybody. Robert J. Moss and Dan Lindquist.
Yes. Actually, I'll see Bob for lunch tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. Good to see you, Rafi, and good to see you, our fan. And I just realized I didn't have that up there the entire time. The little Clutch Radio thing.
Well, and is there? I don't have any auctions up on Bring a Trailer, but we got some coming up to look forward to. And if you haven't been on Bring a Trailer recently, get on there. There's some really interesting things happening. A lot more lower priced cars, and a lot of cars selling at no reserve that are not going for crazy money. So there's some deals out there.
Awesome.
It's changing, even in the classic car arena.
Beautiful. Well, hopefully next week I don't come back and tell you that I stupidly traded in my lease and got one of those cars, which would be absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? As Doc Brown used to say, I don't know what he used to say. What the heck? I forgot what he said when he decided he read the note from Marty and decided not to be shot. Sometimes you got to say, what? No, I don't know.
What the heck?
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much for tuning into this shortened show, and have a good one.
We'll see you.
Bye.